Hey everybody, Shannon Scott once again with Grave Talks, coming to you from Greenwood Cemetery in Decatur, Illinois, and their Civil War section. Various infantry from all over the Midwest, upper Midwest, maybe places beyond, some Illinois, Wisconsin even, and then we have, of course, the classic unknown soldier, which just says it all, doesn't it? Wow. I think, I just realized the way that speaks to me too is that we are all kind of unknown soldiers in this life, really. Even, if we accomplish the biggest thing, 1,000 years from now type of thing, will we be known or remembered? So that's why it's always good to be true to yourself, those around you, true in your ways, just so you have peace and, feel like a good soldier in your own life, right? But anyway, This caught my eye in the Civil War section. Memorial to the unknown dead of the Civil War, 1861, 1865, erected by an organization which I don't right off the hand recognize in 1908. But for those that know my trek, you'll recognize this as being very similar to, well, it is St. Dorothy, but John Walls, the sculptor of Württemberg, Germany, a la many places that ended up in Savannah. Oh, this is just very Walls-ish. And I know a lot of these Austrian German guys kind of work in a certain aesthetical favor. It's what was popular. It's, it's all that stuff. But, something in my gut. I got that tingle, man, the Spidey tingle, the Walls tingle. It just feels like a John Walls. So not signed, sadly, but everything else about it. Very much a Walls St. Dorothy. Who knows? But we'll have to look into that. So have spent a certain amount of time, good hour. Doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when it's 90-ish degrees and not a lot of shade, that's a longer hour in a cemetery. Looking for the grave of a silent film and talkie actress named Jacqueline Logan. Although I wanted to stop by James Shaw's grave here. We see the 32nd degree Scottish Rite emblem here. The Masonic one above him. He's a very high-ordered guy. Don't know anything about him. But anyway, that's pretty impressive carving. These urns some of these surviving urns are around Greenwood Cemetery, made out of these granite pieces. This kind of stuff doesn't really hold up for 100 years, but there are a few around here that look like they have, which is kind of neat. Although we got to water these carnations. I just say carnations. Let me check my Home Depot knowledge here real quick. Sorry, marigolds. That's right. Wonderful. I'm trying to think, what is that? Good organic, well, quote, in quotes, organic spray from marigolds. I should know that by now. But they say it harms butterflies, so I'm not really into that. This is the Bower plot. Just kind of noticed it. Great bronze doors. No peeking in that one, though. Anyway, Grave Talks, Buzzard Mobile down yonder. See, it's a pretty hilly place. Again, Decatur's flat. So do we have another case for a cemetery on top of Indian mounds? It's near a river. Tempted. So here's where you can like some of you know this, but someone shot this with a shotgun, it looks like, or some type of gun. You see those every now and again. That's sad. Although it could have been a stray bullet. But here we have the grave of Jacqueline Logan. And if y'all look up Jacqueline Logan, whoo, man, she was a beauty. Man, oh my. In her younger days. Now, her grandparents are from Decatur. They're buried neighboring here, the Kellys. We have Louisa J. Kelly, born 1853, died in 1900. Her grandfather, John W. Kelly, 1850, died 1925. And then the granddaughter, Jacqueline, the film actress, she was born November 29th, 1904, died April 4th, 1983. So she had a good run. She saw the silent film, the talkie age. Partly what interests me about, sorry, the glare kind of had me not filming on top of it. She got the resurrection palm there, the Easter Sunday palm. So Decatur, the connection, I'm sure there are people around Decatur who may remember her. They may have stories about her, maybe related to her. I don't know. We're still kind of investigating that. But this is the Bonaventure cemetery connection in Savannah, Georgia. She, in the silent film days, would have been in a Cecil B. DeMille production called The King of Kings. And this is a film that featured the Savannah native James Neal, and then with two L's, Neal with two L's, and then his wife Edythe Chapman Neal, Edythe with two E's. And that lovely couple were in that film as well. And so presumably they ran across her as a very young woman, barely, let's see. So yeah, she's not even out of her teens maybe when they filmed that, although it could have been 21, 22. So she was young. She was still in her late teens, or, just had hit 20 when she perhaps met James Neal of Savannah, a la Glendale, California, and his wife, his bride of many years, some 50 years, Edythe Chapman Neal. So there's your Savannah connection. Isn't the world small? I love it when we find, colleagues in silent film stuff. That just does it for me. Call me a nerd, but wouldn't you just like to have enough money in your life to sit around and just kind of binge watch silent films from all over the world? Like that's just all you do. I could do that. Oh, hold on. See if I can get enough light on this. Or do y'all see that angel in there? It's really faded from the weathering of this type of marble in the Midwest, but you've got your pillars of strength, your triumphant arch, your ascending angel there. There's something really kind of nice about the way it's kind of weathered striatedly there, almost like rain or sunlight. But yeah, this last name J, which is my brother's name, first name, and last name J. That's kind of cool. Well, guys, we continue the road to Springfield, Illinois in the heat of the Illinois summer. And we really appreciate y'all watching. Again, the big Q here. Did they build another Victorian cemetery on top of Indian mounds? This is an ongoing thought. I mean, I know that they've done it. Maybe not here, but again, Decatur relatively flat. And then you have, again, these sort of very moundish hills all set together, which is, not impossible to find in the landscape of Illinois. I realize that. But you get up to the tippy top where there are more like founders' graves of the city of Decatur. It gets interesting fast in my mind that those people might be on the Temple Mound site. But anyway, this is just me talking out loud. But guys, I can't do grave talks without you. It's a big push. There are a lot of changes in my life that have gone on, very dramatic. Not ready to talk about some of that, but I'll just say it involves death. And you know how deaths in your lives change you. And I don't mean to get all morbid here at the end, but it is grave talks. But I'm in a good mood. I'm grieving, and I'll talk about that soon. But I think a part of letting go or moving past and on is about the paradigm shift in your own life. So I'll be hitting the road a lot more. This is where my heart lies, with you and the journey of all this and the journey of this. So thank you for your support and just kind of being there. Again, I'm trying to keep the internet educational and smart. You're not going to find me really clowning a whole lot except in my narration. Naturally, we'll do some more involved production, as we go along. That's a part of the growth of Grave Talks. We've had 6, kind of produced episodes, 5 really strong, 6 in the total in 2 years. And that's been my dream for having done all this, since I was a very young guy. But you're a big part of that journey. So I just wanted to say thank you. Please ask your friends to subscribe and share, and just like things, comment, it all counts. And Thank you for that engagement and your passion back to me. So from Decatur, Illinois, Greenwood Cemetery, the journey continues. Thank you.